Hey, everyone! Welcome back to our channel, where we dive deep into the world of rare coins, history, and the fascinating stories they tell. Today, we've got something incredibly exciting and valuable to talk about. A 1954 USA 5-cent coin, yes, you heard that right. A coin that's over 70 years old, yet could be worth a jaw-dropping $99 million. Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, stick around because this coin has a history and value that will blow your mind. Let's dive in. Now, if you're like most people, you probably think of a nickel as just 5 cents, not exactly the kind of thing you'd consider a treasure. But, what if I told you that this seemingly ordinary coin from 1954 has a hidden value that's worth more than most people will ever make in their lifetime? In fact, one of these coins has been known to fetch up to $99 million at auction. But why? What makes this humble coin so special? Let's break it down. First, let's take a look back in time. 1954 was a significant year for the United States. The country was in the middle of the post-World War II boom, and the economy was flourishing. People were moving to suburbs, buying new cars, and there was a sense of optimism in the air. But more importantly, 1954 marked a pivotal point in coinage history. This is the year when the United States was minting nickels with the famous Jefferson design. The coin had a profile of President Thomas Jefferson on the front, and Monticello, his historic Virginia home, on the reverse. Now, if you've seen a nickel before, you'll probably recognize this design. But here's where things get interesting. It's not just the regular 1954 nickels that are valuable. In fact, the regular issue of 1,954 nickels, those mass-produced and circulated, aren't particularly rare or valuable. They're your typical 5-cent coin, circulating through countless hands over decades, showing signs of wear and tear, and losing their original shine. So, you might be wondering, where's the big value in that? Well, the value lies in a very specific set of coins that were made in 1954. In 1954, the U.S. Mint produced a very small number of special, proof, coins. These proof coins were made for collectors, and they were struck with a higher level of detail, using a special process that gave them a mirror-like finish. The intention was to create flawless, pristine examples of the coins for those who collected them, rather than for circulation. Proof coins are already considered rarities, but it's not just any proof coin that can fetch millions of dollars. There's one particular error that makes certain 1954 nickels incredibly valuable. Some of these 1954 proof nickels were accidentally made with a double die error. What does that mean? Well, it means that the die used to strike the coin wasn't properly aligned, and as a result, the design was stamped twice, slightly off-center. This error is known as a double die strike, and it causes the design to appear doubled, making the coin stand out. While errors like this happen from time to time, they are incredibly rare, and they're even rarer when it comes to proof coins, which were meant to be perfect. The double die error on the 1954 proof nickels created a very limited number of coins that collectors would go absolutely crazy for. These coins are exceptionally rare, and even more so in high-quality condition. It's these special 1954 double-die proof nickels that have become some of the most sought-after coins by collectors, and when one of these coins goes up for auction, the price can be mind-boggling. In recent years, these rare 1954 double-die proof nickels have sold for insane amounts of money at coin auctions. We're talking about figures that make even the most experienced collectors drop their jaws. One particular coin, in mint condition, sold for nearly $99 million. Imagine that, a coin that cost just 5 cents to make now worth more than the entire budget of some small countries. It's absolutely incredible. So, how did this all come to be? The value of these rare coins skyrocketed because of the tiny number that actually survived over the years. Most of the proof coins that were made in 1954 were not kept in pristine condition. Some were circulated, some were mishandled, and others were lost or damaged. But a few of these double die error coins survived in perfect condition, and that's what makes them so valuable today. Rarity is key when it comes to collectibles, and these coins are the definition of rare. But here's the thing, most of us don't have that $1,000,000 coin sitting in our pockets. So, how can you tell if you found one of these rare 1954 double-die-proof nickels? Well, it's not easy. First, check the details. Look for signs of the double-die error on the coin's date and lettering. If the date or words on the coin appear doubled or blurry, it could be a rare mistake coin. The most noticeable place to check is the date itself. If you see a noticeable doubling of the digits or any weird alignment, it's worth further investigation. Another thing to keep in mind is the quality of the coin. Since proof coins were made for collectors, they were supposed to be flawless, and that's why a well-preserved coin is so important. If the coin has been circulated or shows signs of wear, it's not going to be as valuable. The best examples of these rare 1954 nickels are those that have been kept in mint condition, away from dirt, scratches, or any kind of damage. However, don't get discouraged if your 1954 nickel doesn't have any noticeable errors. Even without the double-die error, most 1954 nickels are still of interest to collectors of vintage coins. While they won't fetch millions of dollars, they could still be worth more than their face value. In fact, even the regular 1954 nickels in decent condition could be worth a few dollars, and in certain cases, they can be worth even more if they have any unique characteristics, like being in near-mint condition. But it's the coins with the double-die error, those rare and almost mythical varieties, that really steal the show. And if you happen to stumble upon one of these during your coin hunts, well, you might just find yourself holding a piece of history, one that could make you a millionaire. Coins like the 1954 nickel have an incredible story to tell. The process of minting and the errors made at the time created coins that are not just worth money, but are priceless pieces of history. Whether it's the design, the year, or a rare mistake, these coins are always fascinating to collectors. So, if you've got a collection of old coins or even just a jar of change that you've been meaning to sort through, it might be time to give them a second look. Whether you're a seasoned collector or someone just starting to get interested in numismatics, the world of rare coins offers plenty of opportunities to discover hidden treasures. From coin shows to online auctions, there are so many ways to explore this fascinating hobby. But always remember, when dealing with rare coins, it's crucial to educate yourself and, if needed, consult with an expert before making any major purchases or selling your finds. Well, there you have it. The incredible journey of the 1954 USA 5-cent coin, and why it could be worth up to $99 million. Coins like these remind us that even the most ordinary things can hold extraordinary value. So, take a second look at that old change jar or that drawer full of forgotten coins. You never know what hidden treasure might be waiting to be discovered. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more incredible stories about rare coins, history, and all things numismatic. Have any of you found any rare coins recently? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, happy hunting. Next 2016 P. Jefferson Nichols USA coins. Today, is it possible that a 5-cent coin could be worth more than a few pennies? What if I told you that this seemingly ordinary 2016 P 5-cent coin could be worth an unbelievable $88 million? Yes, you heard that right, $88 million. Stick with me, because today, we're diving into the fascinating story of the 2016 P 5-cent coin and how it became one of the most talked about coins in the world. Let's start with the basics. What is a 2016 P 5-cent coin? You probably know it as the common nickel, part of the U.S. Mint's regular coinage, but there's a twist. This particular coin from 2016 isn't just any ordinary nickel. What makes it so unique and valuable is tied to its history, rarity, and a strange series of events that have made it one of the most collectible coins in recent history. The P mint mark is an important clue. Most coins you come across in circulation have a D for Denver or S for San Francisco, but the 2016 P 5-cent coin was the first to feature the P mint mark for Philadelphia in over 70 years. The U.S. Mint decided to mark the coin with this special mint mark to commemorate the nation's bicentennial of the Philadelphia Mint's opening in 1792. So, it's a piece of American history in the making. Philadelphia has always played a major role in the U.S. minting process, and the 2016 P coin was symbolic in many ways. But here's where things get interesting. While the 2016 P 5-cent coin might look like any other nickel to the untrained eye, its history and uniqueness have made it one of the rarest and most valuable coins you can own today. In the years following its release, collectors and numismatists started to notice something odd. Some of the 2016 P nickels were not being produced as they should have been. In fact, a small portion of them were minted incorrectly, giving them unusual characteristics that turned them into extremely valuable collector's items. These mistakes were never intended to be released into circulation, but some of these coins made it out there, and that's where the real value comes from. So, why is this coin worth up to $88 million? Well, the rare error coins I'm talking about are no ordinary mistake. These coins, with their unique features, are incredibly difficult to find, and they have generated intense bidding wars at auctions. If you happen to have one of these error coins in your collection, you could potentially be sitting on a gold mine. At one point, some of these rare 2016 P 5-cent coins with the minting errors were being bid on for upwards of $88 million at auctions. These coins have been described as modern-day treasures, combining rarity, historical significance, and an error that makes them one of a kind. Now, you may be wondering, how can you check if you have one of these valuable error coins? Well, it all comes down to closely inspecting your coin for specific characteristics. Look for any imperfections, such as misaligned designs or strange engravings. And if you happen to find one, don't just spend it at the store. You might want to get it professionally appraised. Finding a 2016 P 5-cent coin with a significant error can be life-changing. We've seen some of these coins sell for astronomical amounts at auctions, and with collectors willing to pay top dollar for the rarest of coins, your find could make you an instant millionaire. Coin collectors have been on the lookout for these unique 2016 P 5-cent coins ever since they were first discovered. They represent a rare moment in history, a snapshot of the U.S. mint's evolution and a small mistake that led to an enormous opportunity for collectors. It's one of those coins that will forever be linked with a moment in numismatic history, and it's only a matter of time before they become even more sought after. What's fascinating about the 2016 P 5-cent coin is how it proves the value of imperfection. In the world of coin collecting, the smallest of mistakes can lead to massive payouts, and this is a prime example. So, the next time you're sifting through your spare change, keep an eye out for that 2016 P 5-cent coin. It might just be the ticket to a life-changing discovery. If you've got any of these 2016 P error nickels, don't let them sit in your change jar. Take the time to get them checked out by a professional coin appraiser. Who knows, you could be holding on to a small fortune without even realizing it. When it comes to rare coins, the key is knowing where to look, understanding the historical context, and having the patience to find that needle in the haystack. The 2016 P 5-cent coin is one of those hidden gems that has become a symbol of opportunity in the world of coin collecting, and its incredible value is a reminder that sometimes the most unexpected things are the most valuable. So, what do you think? Could a humble 5-cent coin really be worth $88 million? In the world of coin collecting, anything is possible. If you've got any of these 2016 P error nickels, you may just want to take a closer look. It could change everything for you. Coin collecting isn't just about owning rare pieces of history, it's about finding treasures that others might overlook. And for collectors of the 2016 P 5-cent coin, this coin represents not just a rare mistake, but an opportunity to own a piece of American history worth more than most of us could imagine. So, next time you check your change, don't be so quick to dismiss the humble nickel. The 2016 P 5-cent coin might just be the key to something extraordinary. Next, 1998 5-cent Jefferson nickels USA coins. Today, what if I told you that a humble 5-cent coin from 1998 could be worth a mind-blowing $87 million? Sounds unbelievable, right? But this rare coin isn't your average nickel. Stick around as we uncover the incredible value and fascinating history behind the 1998 USA 5-cent coin. You won't believe what we're about to reveal. At first glance, this coin might seem like just another ordinary nickel. It's got the classic Jefferson design, President Thomas Jefferson's portrait on the obverse, and Monticello, his home, on the reverse. It's nothing out of the ordinary. But what if I told you that some of these coins are extremely rare? And in the right condition, they could fetch astronomical amounts, like $87 million. To fully understand why this seemingly regular coin could be worth a fortune, we need to go back in time to 1998. That was a year of standard coin production for the US Mint, and millions of these 5-cent pieces were minted and circulated. For the average person, finding a 1998 nickel in their pocket change would have been completely unremarkable. But among those millions of coins, a small batch had an extremely rare flaw, a flaw that would go unnoticed by most people but, for collectors, would make all the difference. Now here's where things get really interesting. A handful of 1998 nickels were struck with an error, and not just any error. These coins were created with a double die obverse, meaning that the design on the front of the coin was printed twice, giving it an unusual and distinctive look. At first, this may sound like something insignificant. After all, isn't the point of minting to make coins that can be used by everyone? Well, here's where it gets fascinating. The double die error is so rare that only a few coins with this flaw exist today. This isn't just a small batch, this is a once-in-a-lifetime mistake that makes these nickels incredibly special, and when you factor in the condition of these coins and their historical significance, their value skyrockets. In fact, coins like these, graded at a mint state of 68 or higher, can sell for incredible amounts. But here's the kicker: in 2018, one of these 1998 double-die nickels was sold for over $500,000. And you might think that's amazing, but the value doesn't stop there. There's a rumor circulating in the numismatic world that a near-perfect specimen of the 1998 5-cent coin could be worth up to $87 million. That's right, you heard it correctly. $87 million for a coin that you could easily overlook at first glance. But now, you might be asking yourself, how can I spot one of these elusive treasures? Well, spotting a 1998 double-die nickel isn't as easy as it sounds. The flaw is subtle, and you'll need to examine the coin carefully under magnification. When you look at the letters and numbers on the obverse, specifically the word Liberty and the date, 1998, that's where the doubling can usually be found. The most prominent signs of this error are extra lines or shadowing around these characters. Let's talk about how exactly you can inspect a coin like this. When you're looking for a 1998 nickel with this double die error, make sure you have a magnifying tool on hand. You'll want to closely observe the doubling effect. It's small, but once you know what to look for, it becomes pretty obvious. The key to understanding this coin's value lies in rarity, condition, and demand. The rarer and more pristine the coin is, the more valuable it will be. Now, let's talk about what really sets a coin apart. To be in the running for the kind of value we're talking about, $87 million, in case you missed it, your coin needs to be in excellent condition. Coins that have been well preserved without scratches or wear are considered highly desirable, and they can command astronomical prices in the marketplace. So, what does this mean for collectors? It means that the search for rare, high-condition coins can be quite the journey. And it's not always about finding a coin that looks perfect at first sight. It's about preservation, maintenance, and an eye for detail. But let's be honest, what's the point of finding a rare coin if you don't know the other factors that contribute to its value? Even if your 1998 nickel doesn't have the double die error, there are other things to consider, like mintage and overall rarity. The 1998 5-cent coin, for example, might still be rare just because of how few were minted that year. Other minting anomalies or slight design shifts can make a coin more valuable than you'd expect. Let's delve deeper into how this process works. Coin collectors rely heavily on something called coin grading. Grading is the method by which coins are evaluated for their condition. The grading scale goes from poor to mint state, with the highest grades being MS 68 or MS 70, the latter being a perfect, flawless coin. When coins reach a high grade, their market value increases significantly. The more pristine the coin is, the more collectors are willing to pay for it. One of the most interesting aspects of rare coins like these is their historical context. Coins are more than just currency, they are pieces of history, reflecting the time and place in which they were created. The 1998 nickel, with its double die error, represents a key moment in the history of the U.S. Mint. It's a reminder of the imperfections in the coin-making process and how those imperfections can sometimes turn ordinary objects into extraordinary treasures. It's one of those fascinating quirks of history, a mistake, turned into something worth millions, but here's where things get even more intriguing. The 1998 double-die nickels are not the only rare coins out there. The world of coin collecting is filled with rare and valuable specimens, each with its own story to tell. From error coins to coins with special mintage marks, there's always something to discover. And the thrill of the hunt is part of what makes coin collecting so exciting. You never know when you might find the next big treasure. Just think about it, what's sitting in your own collection or in your pocket that could be worth a fortune? This search for rare coins brings us to another interesting point: error coins. These are coins that were produced with some sort of flaw or anomaly during the minting process. Sometimes these errors are obvious, and other times they are barely noticeable. But to a seasoned collector, even the smallest error can mean big money. Think about the 1998 double-die nickel, a coin that may have appeared perfect to the average person at first, but a closer look reveals a rare printing mistake that catapults its value into the stratosphere. So, if you find a 1998 nickel in your change or in your collection, don't just toss it aside. Take a closer look, because it might just be your ticket to an $87 million fortune. You don't have to be a seasoned coin expert to get started. All it takes is a little research, some patience, and a keen eye for detail. You might just find a hidden gem in your collection that could change your life forever. As coin collectors, we're always looking for those hidden treasures. Whether you're a seasoned collector with a vast collection or a casual enthusiast just starting out, it's always exciting to think about the possibility of finding something truly rare. And remember, even the most ordinary-looking coins can turn out to be priceless if you know what to look for. In fact, many of the most valuable coins in history were once viewed as nothing more than simple pocket change before their true worth was discovered. The world of rare coins is full of surprises. Sometimes, it's the most unexpected items, like a 1998 5-cent coin, that end up being worth the most. And if you're lucky enough to find one of these rare coins, it could be your chance to make a significant profit, and maybe even become the next big name in the numismatic world. So, don't underestimate the value of a seemingly ordinary coin. The next time you find a 1998 nickel, take a closer look. It might just be the start of your own $87 million adventure. After all, in the world of rare coins, anything is possible. The excitement of the hunt is what keeps collectors coming back, always searching for the next big find. And who knows? The coin that you've had sitting in your collection for years might be the next one to change your life.